Hey, my man, it's Dan here. It's Saturday in Australia, and I'm not usually working, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm a little bit tired. This is generally my rest day because I'm a go, go, go sort of person. So yeah, look, I just wanted to quickly jump on and address your email here in person. So let's just take a look at what it says. Yeah, so spending a ton of money on different programs and different things is the nature of business. Not everyone will succeed at everything. You might feel like you've wasted money, wasted time, but look, at the end of the day, every undertaking that you embark on gives you a certain set of skills, whether you know it or not, whether it succeeded or not. And in the long term, because business is always a long term play, there is no shortcuts to success. It just does not exist, right? Marketing can be fanciful and make things sound nice because they have to, otherwise nobody would ever move their own needle. Human beings have a great capacity to just sit on ideas and always want more, but never really willing to do what it takes to get more. So the reason why marketing sounds fanciful is just that. This is business 101. It's it's developed to inspire people to know what's truly possible if they put in the hard work and get it done. There is no magic wand, there is no magic, business that can get you quick money. The word quick should be removed completely from your vocabulary if you're looking to get into business, because it's just not how it works, right? It's not how it works, period. There's just not a business in existence. They're not designed this way where you can just sort of click your fingers and make 10K a month. It's not true. Um, Now, there are businesses that, have certain advantages over others, can achieve results faster, things like this. But there's always the factor of the implementation of the business, right? Not everyone's going to succeed. Not everyone is cut out for business. Not everyone. When people come to me and go, look, Dan, I've got a 2 year plan. This is what I want to achieve. I'm like, this dude is going to succeed because he already understands that business isn't like, I'm rich or I'm out of debt or I need money now. So, worst ever thing to do. If you need money right now, um, try to get a second job. Don't go into business because business doesn't work that way. You're not going to make a return. Think about traditional business. If I opened a fish and chip shop, I'm probably not going to see a return on my initial $250,000 investment to open that fish and chip shop for at least 2 years, right? I'm paying back costs. I'm paying costs of running costs. I'm paying back loans. I'm paying back investors, whatever it may be in that first 2 years. And I'm taking massive hits with the long term vision of in that third year, I can finally probably make 20 grand for myself, right? That is traditional business. This is how it's always been accepted throughout business. The online world can work faster. It can also offer things like where you don't need to invest copious amounts of money. See, people today invest $3,000, $4,000 and think, geez, I've invested everything. Like, that's huge. It's really not. In business, $3,000, $4,000 is nothing. It's peanuts. It's popsicles. And it seems like a lot to the average person. But once you've been in business for a while, you'll understand that $3,000, $4,000 to start an online business that can financially free you within 12 months is phenomenal. It's like all Christmases came at once. And because of a lot of this fanciful marketing and promises that don't truly deliver, like false statements, um, people do believe that you can like get into business today and make money tomorrow, right? And you can, but it's super rare. It's not something that's very common, and it's usually very short-lived. Like people who come into business make a lot of money real fast don't end up making a lot of money long term. I'm more about teaching people to make money long term, to change their life in, a year down the track, even 2 years down the track. 2 years is it's a bit far, right? Because you don't really need to take that long to change your life, to pay all your bills, to pay your mortgage and all that stuff with your online business. It doesn't really take that long, but for some people it does. So I've been able to manage with my team after doing this for 10 years to build a $10,000 a month business in 3 months. So it is possible. Is it probable for a brand new person to come in and do this? Highly unlikely, right? And that's just the truth, because you're learning the whole process. It's going to take you a month to learn the process. And then you need to implement, and then you need to rank, right? But what will happen is, if you're consistent and you stay with it, and you don't have these crazy notion of how quick success can come to you, then a year from now, you're going to be saying, I don't know if you have kids or whatever, I don't know your situation, your home life or whatnot, but for me, I remember every Christmas I used to struggle. I used to save up. I had this account called Raise, right? And what it was it would take like $2-3 off out of my bank account every month and put it into, not every month, with every transaction I did, it would round it to the dollar, and put it into an account. And by the end of the year, I would have $500 that I could get for Christmas, like spend on my children for Christmas, and it was freaking terrible. It was not any way to live at all. But the truth of the matter is, I remember the first year after like just knuckling down and saying, you know what, none of this is going to be quick. None of this is going to be easy. All of this is on my shoulders. I'm going to educate myself through other people's experiences, and I am going to achieve this. And that very next Christmas, we went on holidays, we hired boats, like we did all sorts of things. My kids got everything they could have ever wanted. It was just an absolute magical feeling, but it took a year, right? It's just not one of these things. It took me 2 years to figure out this business, by the way, but within a year I was making enough to cover all the bills and all of that stuff and be able to do that Christmas, right? So that's it at the end of the day, man. The truth about business, you're never, I see here, like you're saying that you need money now. You don't want to get into business. You don't want to get involved with us. You don't want to get involved with anybody, believe me. Because if you need money right now, I know it's difficult. I know you lost things over COVID and all of that. That happened. It happened to me. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars over COVID, and a full business, Airbnb business that I had, gone, decimated. It happened to all of us, right? We were all touched in some certain way. But the truth is, it's still, as an adult who you are, it's on you to pull yourself out of that hole. You're not going to do that with a business. If you're broke, if you can't cover your bills, your rent and your food, you got no business getting into business. Zero. Because business is a long-term play. Always has been, always will be. With the internet, it's faster, it's cheaper, right? And it's just so unfortunate that most people in the world think that it's dearer and slow, because if you were in business before the internet like I was, you would understand what a marvel this thing is. You would just understand that paying you know, $1,000, $2,000 for somebody to teach you the shortcut to their success is freaking phenomenal. If you could take that and not have to reinvest, because we don't have any upsells, you don't need to spend money to actually implement our business model. Like, that's the truth. There is zero running costs on this business model. That's crazy. No stock, no outsourcing, none of this stuff, right? We have no upsells. We're not going to say, hey, if you want to learn more or whatever, you need to buy this from us. It's one cost. We give you all our knowledge, and that's it at the end of the day. I'm sure you can see the logic, even though you might not have been in business before the internet or whatnot. I'm sure you can see that my logic is solid, right? When it comes to that, online business is unreal. It's bloody unreal. But you've got to be prepared to fail. You've got to be prepared to, you know, lose a few investments here and there. At least you didn't put $250,000 into a fish and chip shop and nobody came to it. You know what I mean? It's so different today. It's just the losses are so much smaller. When you start playing on a bigger level, yeah, the losses get bigger with online business as well. But this sort of level where you are right now, they're tiny little hits, man. They really are. and you can always recover from them. If you're spending $1,000 to learn knowledge, it's not the end of your world. You're not in debt for the next 30 years if you don't succeed at it. You know what I mean? But if you don't do it, you're never going to succeed. So that's my advice to you once you get yourself financially stable. I don't want to see you come into a program, mine or anyone else's, until you are financially stable. But when you are, you should absolutely open your mind to the long-term game. You should absolutely open your mind to the long-term play. You should absolutely open your mind to the possibility of achieving greatness and everything you ever truly wanted in your life, right? They say money can't buy happiness, but money can buy freedom, and freedom is happiness. So anyway, my friend, look, I'm not going to waffle on anymore. Hopefully that helped you out in even a small way. That's what I'm all about. We are coaches here. We coach people in how to succeed and how to think, not just how to, here's a business model, go ahead and do it, ask us questions when you need to, right? That's part of it too. But we are also, first and foremost, coaches. We will teach you how to become a true business person and how to overcome all obstacles that face you. Because business is a great teacher. It will teach you how to truly be a solid person and stand fast in all aspects of your life, or it can crumble you. Depends what you want to give back to your business. All right, my brother, have a good day. And hopefully at some point I do see you in the program. Reach out anytime if you have any more questions. Always happy to help, and I'll talk to you soon.